we got some people who say the Pistons shouldn't pay Cade. And then the question of that is, then what should they do? I mean, we talked about on the original video that they gonna give him an extension. You know, if you trade him, we already know you really never get equal value when you trade your best player. You rarely get equal value. You super duper rarely get over returning your investment, right? So, you look at the Celtics. They traded Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, somebody else, and they end up getting Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown with the picks they got back in return. I mean, that's one of the rarities where you get you get an over return in investment. All right, so that really don't happen like that. So in my opinion, I think really I kind of agree with a lot of other people that you really have no other thing to do. He ain't been a bust, but he ain't lived up to the hype. But once you look at that draft, and I think about the top 4 or 5 players, they all still trying to find their way. And I believe it was post-COVID, so it was a 21 draft. So they both, trying to find their way in the league or whatever. So kind of we talking about them trying to find their way in the league is like, Barnes, he made an all-star team, but, and then we start talking about, Jalen Green, starting to get his footing together. Evan Mobley. Nobody's doing super duper great, in that top 4 or 5 range for real. So, like I said before, Cade had an injury-filled first season, missed the whole second season basically with injury. So in reality, this was kind of his first year, and have I been critical of him? Absolutely, because there's some things I see in his game that I don't like. There's some things that I don't like when you start talking about the ball staying in his hand too long. He don't make nobody better, and the thing was, it's kind of like this thing that they had with Matthew Stafford, that he was in Detroit, that he just simply didn't have no help. Like, that wasn't true. That year they made the playoffs versus Dallas, they had a top 3 defense. He had Golden Tate, Reggie Bush, Drake Bell, Calvin Johnson. He didn't deliver. And people got to remember, when he made that run to LA, they had a Super Bowl. Like, remember, he used to play Madden. He used to play with the All-Madden team. They had an All-Madden team. He had like 3 or 4 or 5 possible Hall of Famers on that team, from Von Miller to Aaron Donald to Cooper Kupp. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I'm forgetting a couple people. Jalen Ramsey. I mean, Jesus Christ. Had a really good Odell Beckham. I mean, we can go on and on and on. So they just say, oh, he don't have no help because he don't utilize his help. And one thing I pointed under when he got back, a lot of them guys like Jalen Duren and Kate and Jaden Ivey was pointing upwards at the end of their rookie season. I don't think it was a sophomore slump. Obviously, Monty had a lot to do with it as well too, and I always put that disclaimer out there that Monty Williams had a lot to do with it. Hold on, give me 1 minute. Make sure this phone don't burn this window. He had a lot to do with the regression, but Cade Cunningham, everybody got worse when he got back. The rookies didn't get better. They got worse. So nobody offensively got better. Nobody got better in general with him on the floor. And they had a lot to say about him and Monty Williams. And this is supposed to be a player, like, if we're going to do all this adjustment and saying you don't got no help, we going to tear this team down of all his assets to accommodate you, then we got to be building around you. A la Anthony Edwards, a la Luka Doncic, a la Jason Tatum. We got to be building around you. If we gonna take all these assets that we accumulated over the years and get rid of them, a la LeBron going to LA, they got rid of Lonzo, B.I., Randall. I mean, you can go on and on and on. Kuzma eventually was gone. I just don't see him being the guy that's the guy. And I'm not sure he the guy to the guy. I'm not sure he can be the second best player on the championship caliber team. You know? I'm not sure. You know? But what's the other alternative? You get some draft picks in the future. I mean, and hopefully you can ante the draft picks up and they become something. You get a top blue chipper. You trading Cade Cunningham would totally be starting over. And look, I wouldn't be opposed to Tarzan Langdon came in and just said, fuck it, we just gonna trade everybody and start over. I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be mad about it, but my thing is, I understand why they feel like they gotta pay him. But like I said before, paying him and then reconstructing your team around his ability, to me, I just don't think he a guy you build around. I think you build with him. And I think once you pay him that money, now you accommodating everything around a player that's not that guy. And like I said, it's only a handful of guys. Like, does that mean you can't win a championship with Cade Cunningham? No. I think it's more he need more of a partnership or a team around him like Dallas. And that's why, not Dallas, but Boston is so good. It's a team. You know, once you start talking about it's a team. So you start getting in there, you start talking about Tatum, Porzingis, Brown, Hauser, Drew Holiday, Derek White. Derek White. They actually got an actual team around them. So I think that's the difference. They got a team. They got a team. When you look at Detroit, I think that's the thing they gonna have to look. And I see this dude cutting his grass getting on my nerves. But that's the thing that they gotta look for when you start talking about Cade Cunningham. Then you really gotta build a team. He cannot be the guy carrying you physically. He's showing you, even in his young age, when you have durability and you're able to bounce back quicker than dribble. Durability wise, he's showing you he can't carry you. So now they say, okay, let's get Brandon Ingram. Let's get another running mate. But Ingram is not going to be enough. They got to build a team that's 10 to 12 deep. Pause. That's just what it got to be. They got to build a team that can go 10 to 12 deep. Pause. No diddy. They got to build a squad. So I think it's more about building with him. But I really think they had no choice but to pay him. But me personally, has he earned that paycheck? Absolutely the fuck not. He has not earned that money. But 90% of these guys in the league ain't earning the money that they deserve, to be honest. They getting super max deals. And they getting max deals and they made an all-star team. Getting max deals and they made the playoffs. They ain't got out the first round. They getting super max deals and they really not that guy. Look at Jason Tatum. He about to get over $300 million. He about to get over $300 million. And look how the freak he playing in the playoffs. So, just marinate on that for a minute. I appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop video. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.